Audified have been in the plugin game for quite a while now, and I'm checking out their Multidrive Pedal Pro in this video. There's 12 Stompbox models, everything from the Tube Screamer all the way through to the infamous Metal Zone pedal, which is pretty cool. So we've got overdrives, distortion, fuzz, and a treble booster in there as well. What's cool about this is obviously you can use it together with other guitar plugins to basically have, classic guitar effects in your DAW, but you can also do stuff which would be a real pain in the backside to do in the real world, like put a Tube Screamer on the drum bus, or use a Metal Zone on your drum rooms, or on a synth, or on a bass track, or something like that to really dirty it up and get some cool character tones. So in this video, we're just going to focus on the guitar tones. I'm going to be playing my Hamer Standard, which has a Seymour Duncan Jazz in the neck and an evenly voiced harmonics, or EVH, in the bridge. It's in drop D, so standard tuning except for the low string, which is D. I'm plugging straight into my UAD Apollo Twin interface, and that is going straight into Pro Tools, where I'm loading up the Multidrive pedal, and then I'm using Mercurial Audio Spark plugin for the clean sound. What I'm going to do is play you the, well, I say clean, it's like an edge of breakup kind of sound. We'll have a listen to that, and then we'll just have a listen to some of the tones with the different pedals. If you enjoy the video, please consider hitting subscribe, and you can check out Audified's stuff on their website. They've got a bunch of other cool guitar-centric and more general audio plugins as well. Let's have a listen. So that's with a relatively clean sound. Let's have a listen to it into a distorted amp simulation. Again, I'm using Spark on the 800 mode. It is a little bit crunchier. It sounds like this. And there's three pedals for me which I like to hit the front end of a dirty amp with, and that is a Boss Super Overdrive and Ibanez Tube Screamer. I'm going to use the TS808 in this situation, and then also some kind of like mid boost, so I'll use a treble boost for that. We'll actually start with the treble boost. This is what it does. Out of all of those, the treble boost sounded a little bit harsh. I think I probably preferred the SD one, which is kind of cool because I normally prefer that pedal in the real world, and it's just a good way to impart some extra character to whatever you're using as an amp modeler as a plugin. So that is a run over of the Audified Multidrive Pro on guitar. We'll have a quick listen to it on some drums. I think there's a really another cool application of this, but it's cool. The pedals sound like the pedals. You know, the Tube Screamer has a big mid hump. The Rat has that kind of hair. The MXR Distortion Plus has that like Randy Rhoads buzzy distortion sound going on. And the Metal Zone sounds like absolute garbage, which you would expect a Metal Zone to sound like anyway. So maybe if you had just a straight up power amp simulation in your DAW, run the Metal Zone into that and you've got a kind of cool Swedish death metal sound or something. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's have a listen to it on drums. Alright, one last thing before I go. I was sitting here editing the video and I was watching it back and I realized I just made the Metal Zone emulation suck so much. And I got thinking about how there's been all these videos of people running a Metal Zone into a power amp effects return. So what I want to do here is use the Multidrive Metal Zone, and I'm going to run it into a power amp simulation. I'm using Reaxis just to load a power amp and an IR, and then I'm running the Metal Zone in there, as you can see by the settings on the screen, level and distortion at 100%. And it's all about sort of boosting the highs, bringing out a bit of lows, and then finding that mid frequency. But I think it sounds pretty darn awesome. Have a listen to this for sort of like, you know, your Swedish death metal kind of sound. And I apologize, I don't know how to play Swedish death metal at all, but something like that, drop C with lots of palm mutes. And that, to me, captures the vibe of like a Metal Zone run into a power amp return, which I think is really cool. So even though it sucked in that earlier clip because I had the mid scooped out, as a lot of people sort of discovered, you know, like the real pedal, running into a power amp effects return, it sounds really cool, and the plugin mimics the behavior of the real pedal really well. So that is just one last thing that I wanted to add to the end of the review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, again, you can get the Multidrive Pro on Audified's website, and if you like what you're hearing, hit subscribe, hit the little bell. I post a video nearly every day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Hope the video was useful.